And they are here to do something about this day-night disruption. They want to put a stop to it so that the world can be safe for humans again.
Right, and Avacyn's gone, right? So they need someone to look to in these dire times.
That's right. So in Avacyn's absence, they have turned their worship to the Archangel Sigarda. So would you like to see
New Sigarda?
New angel.
Oh,
New
count
Sigarda.
me
Let's take a look
in.
at her.
Finally, some non-werewolves.
She has this Coven mechanic, very powerful card actually, which you can see there. The Coven mechanic represents this connection, this pact that's between the Dawnheart Witches and their allies at the Harvesttide Festival.
What's
This is showing how diverse
Good morning,
groups of
Jake
creatures are
Walls.
all coming together to work
What's up,
against
guys?
the werewolves and
morning.
use their powers, their different powers.
Let me know how
their
these
different
sound levels
power
are.
and toughnesses to be their source of strength.
Teamwork makes the dream work, as
That's right.
always. Very cool.
Sigarda also comes in the
Can you hear
Pearl
them?
Knight frame.
Oh yeah, that's
Beautiful.
awesome.
I mean, I love that it's a close-up. You know, there's so much to look at in terms of the cards. Like each card is its own work of art. There's so much to explore in each one of these images.
Speaking of
Got
my
it.
heart.
These are awesome sort of
That should be
examples
better.
too, just bringing it back again of like allowing artists to sort of play around in the toolbox that we provide.
Right.
You can see in her Eternal Night version, she's got a lot more of like a flower crown going on, sort of bringing in again a lot more of that Harvesttide vibe to her and sort of taking the flowers and everything that's happy and hopeful around this event.
And the floating candles too is a really nice touch.
Yeah.
Speaking of floating candles, if you want to, like, Taylor and I love us some floating candles. They're all over this world. They're all over this set. We just couldn't get enough of it as a visual motif, seriously. But one of the characters that's really focused on the Harvesttide Festival is Lenore, Autumn Sovereign.
Yeah, I
who's
saw
kind of
that.
the elected queen
I was getting
of
the stream
this
ready.
entire festival.
Oh, beautiful. That pose is so
So
cool.
it looks like no
Lenore
werewolf
is just celebrating
Commander
the
product,
Harvesttide
but
Festival here.
we got a
Yeah,
werewolf
she's a
commander
great
that's
example,
relevant.
too, of just how insane you can go with your costuming coming to the Harvesttide Festival.
Right.
Like, again, with the floaty candles, she's got those sort of assisting her with her dress and her clothes and her hair and all sorts of other things that she's got going on. You can really go all out and feel one with nature and really one with the warmth and the light that this event brings.
So is this it? Is Arlen really just up against this entire force by herself with just these warlocks and humans around?
No, so like we've been talking about, she is super concerned with the growing night for human safety. So she goes and calls her friend, the Time Mage himself, to ferry. And he travels all the way over to Innistrad to lend a hand with all of his time magic powers. And we actually have his art here that we can show for you.
Love how the phases of the moon now
Yeah.
are shown where he's trying to manipulate the phases. I love the way that shows up on the card. That's really,
Really cool.
Those are those happy moments where you can write certain things, and then who we collaborate with on the visual side of things can just bring something special to it. And this is one.
Seems
in
like
particular.
Teferi
Very
never
fitting planeswalker to
Like,
slow down whatever's
leaves
happening
home
over there,
without
right?
I mean,
Staff.
to try. To try.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing their best.
Well, and Harvesttide is really not just a big party. This is actually
double-sided cards
a
for
ritual.
pre-con was too
The hope is
expensive.
this ancient
Interesting.
spell will be able to rectify the day-night imbalance. The Dawnheart Coven are coming to the Celestis, which is this massive astronomical device in the Kessig Woods. They're putting the Harvesttide Festival there so that they can cast this ritual. They've got Teferi's time magic trying to slow down that last sunset, and all this is leading up to the final piece, which is this sacred vessel called the Moon Silver Key, which we can see here in the card Secrets of the Key.
Very cool. So that's them working together. But more importantly, we have two mechanics on here that I'm really excited about. Investigate as well as Flashback, which is an Innistrad classic. Look at this art.
God,
They're
Flashback
clearly
is so good.
on the precipice of making things better. Well, they're right there. Maybe they're gonna get it.
Is there anything else that you want or can tell us about the making of this set?
Yeah, I mean, it was an absolute blast to work on, and so excited for it to finally like come to life and people to grab onto it and blast open packs. It was great to visit a beloved.
It'll be exciting
fan
for a
plane,
couple
and
months,
it's a lot
the
of our favorite planes as
anticipation
well.
when it comes out,
We
and
got
then there
to
will
bring
be a
some
new
hope
set.
and some warmth to it that Innistrad doesn't usually get to see, and we also got to bring on some more good old scary bits that put the humans in even more.
I want to see the
danger.
reprint.
I'm being
it
super
Snapper?
honest and really a little bit selfish. Werewolves are my favorite monster of all time, and I was just super, super excited to make some really big ones.
Interesting.
I doubt they bring back Liliana the Veil, but I can see
Yeah,
Snapper.
we should.
Look at all these werewolf lovers. You guys Okay, cool.
All right,
Yay.
so I think I'm going to speak for a lot of people out there that want to know, do Teferi and Arlen ever find the Moonsilver key in time?
Well, I can't tell you the whole story
Ghost Quarter.
quite yet, but if you are interested in more of the tale, there's going to be a Midnight Hunt web fiction coming out very soon.
Oh, exciting. That's great.
All right, well, that just about wraps up our first look at Midnight Hunt. Jimmy, what'd you think?
It all looks incredible. There's so much to look forward to with this set. And check it out, Joe. We finished just in time, a few minutes before the sun sets, and you're going to turn into a werewolf, right?
Yeah, all right, we better wrap this up.
Yeah, we better, because you're definitely not messing with me, right?
So you thought I was messing with you?
Yeah, because that's the kind of thing you like to do, mess with people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, professional messer over here.
Hey, look, I'm as curious as anybody if Joe's going to turn into a werewolf, but I kind of got to go, so...
Fine.
Fine. Previews are starting now, so be sure to sign up and tune in on September 16th for the launch of Midnight Hunt on Arena, and maybe there will be some other, special things to go along with it.
And you can also head to your local game store to plan a pre-release on September 17th.
Yeah, well, thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
All right, bye.
Is that it?
Whew, good stuff, man. You want to get like a bite to eat or something?
I'd love to, Jimmy.
Olivia. It's a nice little tease. Nice little teaser there. All right. Well, I know that there was a good werewolf commander that we saw, which is pretty sweet. Let's see what Scryfall has. All right, we got the Angel.
Innistrad is a world dominated by dark forces and black magic. Gothic horror.
That's all right. We can hang out for a second here. We did see this Angel. I saw this Angel earlier. This is pretty strong. Looks pretty good. Both sides are pretty sweet. Okay, good stream. Catch you in the flippity. Good night, Warehouse. That's right, Bobby Z. Gotta love YouTube's autoplay. That's right. I appreciate everybody hanging out, even though this was a brief one. I wanted to pop on. I'm gonna see if I can find that werewolf commander really quick, because I do want to talk about that before we get out of here. What was its name? Can someone get me a name of that? It was like a T name or something. I suppose what we could do is this.
And all of it's
Hey, Maris.
Is
All right,
just
so
the
it comes
zombie.
on.
So the
Yeah,
expect tonight.
it's get long to the party. To the head, see a lot more of those.
I am not.
All right, let's see some cards. This is the stuff that we missed here on the beginning of the stream. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff. Make a comment about some of it. So Wilhelt, the Rot Cleaver, that's a fun name. Zombie Warrior, looks like he would hang out with Grim Grin. I'm sure they would get along really well. Whenever another zombie you control dies, if it didn't have Decayed, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. It can't block. When it attacks, sacrifice it at the end of combat. Okay. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a zombie. If you do, draw a card. Velocity, we like that. It's pretty sweet. Look at Hipsters of the Coast Twitter. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to scrub through the stream right now, but thank you, JMO. I do appreciate that. I can take a look at that. So kind of a cool general there. And then we have new mechanic, Decayed.
Decayed. It can't block. When it attacks, sacrifice it at end of combat.
All right, so new mechanic there. And then we
Okay,
also have
Hordes
this
of
thing
Disturb
called
cost.
Disturb. You may cast this card from your graveyard transformed for its Disturb cost. Okay.
Transformations on Innistrad are pretty common, from humans to werewolves, the dead to becoming the undead, or in this case, a spirit. And when you pay the disturbed cost of Beloved Beggar, you can come back from your graveyard.
They come
as,
back a
in this
lot
case,
bigger.
Generous
All right.
Soul,
So,
who's
okay. So this thing dies, right? Boom. Human peasant 0/4. It's a really bad wall of omens. Comes in, doesn't draw you a card. But once it's dead, for the disturb cost, so late game, you're going to get this out of your yard. Where is it? Here it is. Late game, you're going to get this out of your yard, and it's going to be a 4/4 flying vigilance. If it would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. That's obviously to get around you doing the disturb costs more than once. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. From a limited standpoint, I don't hate that. It's kind of cool. Oh, Jake, check out the interaction between that Flip Angel with Maskwood Nexus and Moon Mist. All right, so back here, Enduring Angel, Maskwood Nexus, and Moon Mist. Oh, interesting. So because it makes it a werewolf, each equal to your life total. Yeah, I think like Maskwood Nexus is just one of those cards where it just needs time. Just needs time. I want to check out this werewolf commander. Ooh. Okay, so we saw some lands.
Shorter.
Let's take a look at these.
Colder. The nights are getting longer. There's whispers that like maybe we won't even see another
Everybody, if you're
Ever?
can we get
Ever.
the likes up to 69 on
if
this?
nobody does anything. So
Come on, we're at 9
looking
likes. We
at
can't get to
a
69
world
likes with
where
111
there's
viewers.
this
Let's fix
unnatural
that.
darkness encroaching on the world, and with it, it's bringing this unseasonal, weird, supernatural frost that's kind of falling over the whole world.
There we go.
You can see this frost in this cycle of dual lands.
Oh, two of my favorite words in the world. Let's take a look.
When Deserted Beach enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Okay, so they've completed the cycle here because these used to be the enemy colors.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, what's coming down out of the sky here? Is that frost you're talking about?
Yeah, we're actually seeing some of the disruption with the current occupant of the moon has caused some weirdness in the day-night pattern on Innistrad, and that's this effect that you're seeing in the sky around the sun and moon. You can also see these dual lands in borderless.
Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Is this a new land or are they completing a cycle here? I'm trying to remember the Shadows over Innistrad lands. Enters the battlefield, you may reveal an island. Okay, so it is not completing this. This is a different cycle of lands completely. I wish you could search them. I will say that. I wish you could search these up.
Something that's super fun about the frost is because it is Innistrad, so even the frost.
I mean, they
is
do look
pokey and
very nice,
dangerous.
though. Look at that.
Well, as a land fanatic, are we
That's
doing
cool.
anything special with the basic lands in this sense?
Well, yes, if you like special-looking lands,
I do.
there's also the Showcase Eternal Night lands. So take a look at these.
Oh wow, I love the
I really do like these. I will say that. Yeah, Spencer Ward, they do remind me of BFZ, for sure. I was going to say that. I don't know why, but when I read them, they did remind me of something that exists. Tango lands without land types. Right. They're completing a cycle, just not that cycle. Basically, the opposite of fast lands. Right. Right. Unless you control 2 or more. I don't know. How does everybody feel about this land? Let's go ahead and pull it back up. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not super hyped on these lands. I'm not super into it. It's one of those things where if this is one of 2 lands that are in your starting hand, I just don't like it. I'm stoked you like them a lot. No, I'm sure that standard needs them. No, they definitely look great. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. But it doesn't count itself when it ETBs, right? So you need 2 on the battlefield. So if your hand starts out like in a competitive format, let's just say a fast format, a competitive format, I would just say I'm not going to like them as much. They're just a little bit slow for me. You think they're amazing, Griff. In EDH, turn 1 or turn 2, who cares if they're tapped? Turn 3. Yeah, I think they're fine for EDH. I will say that. I think EDH will eat them up. It's just redundancy. It's better fixing, cool art. I think they're great for EDH. But I don't know. No, they're not finishing a land cycle. It's like a little bit different. ETB's tapped unless you could control 2 or more other lands. So they're like the opposite of a speed land, and they're kind of like Battle for Zendikar lands without the land types. Well, clearly they're better than all tap lands, for sure. Oh, does he? Okay. Is it on Good Morning Magic? Where is he?
Good morning, Magic. I'm Gavin Verhey from Wizards of the Coast, and today I want to talk about all the gorgeous card treatments in Innistrad Midnight Hunt and where to find them. We've been to Innistrad, but this is the first time we've come to the plane after starting Project Booster Fun, which kicked off in 2019. It's a really great opportunity to show off the world like you've never seen it before, with additional art, frames that feel like they belong here, and some pretty cool and unique styles of cards. These treatments really capture the resonance of Innistrad and bring the world to life even further. Let's kick it off with one of our showcase treatments here. Showcase Equinox. These cards have alternate art and a unique frame that appear on all werewolves and warlocks in Innistrad Midnight Hunt. That means new art on both sides for the werewolves. And yes, that includes Arlen Cord, the werewolf planeswalker. These frames have a dark beauty to them. They're a little spooky and a lot gorgeous. Another treatment is Showcase Eternal Night. Now, you've already seen this a little bit before when we showed you all of the basic lands. Inspired by black and white horror films, they're some of the coolest and most unique treatments on full art lands.
Just fucking sick.
But that's not all. For all of you excited to see legendary creatures, like say Commander players, every legendary creature in the set that doesn't have an Equinox treatment, so that's all of the legendary creatures besides werewolves and warlocks, gets one of these, complete with new artwork. Just like Sigarda here. Simply stunning. I absolutely love how well this lends itself to the world of Innistrad. Now, I wanted to show you one in person, because, as you can see, they have something pretty cool. A special gloss on the pin line, and for the basic lands, on the mana symbol. That's true on both the foil and traditional foil versions, and really gives these elements a subtle, elevated shine. Check it out. Also, as we have done since Throne of Eldraine, Planeswalkers have a cool borderless treatment with unique artwork here, including Arlen Cord. But it's not just Planeswalkers either. The new dual land cycle has this treatment too. Check out these
so this
beauties.
is nothing new.
While Eternal Night goes to black and white, the borderless artwork treatment on these dual lands really brings out the color of Innistrad. Another staple since Throne of Eldraine has been extended art cards. These appear in collector boosters only, and any rare or mythic rare from the main set that doesn't have a showcase or borderless treatment shows up here. Additionally,
Look at that
commander
packaging.
cards are getting this extended art treatment as well. And speaking
love
of
that,
extended art,
how
there's the
different the
buy a
packaging
box
is.
promo. It's alternate art, extended art, and foil, Champion of the Perished. The only place you can find this alternate art in Innistrad Midnight Hunt is at local game stores while supplies last. Now, those are all the individual treatments. There is still one more thing I want to talk about before going into what you can find in each pack, since it's something new here. With Innistrad Midnight Hunt, we are trying something brand new: set booster cards. This is like how we've done theme booster cards in the past, for example in Theros Beyond Death, with cards like Terror of Mount Veles and Iron Scale Hydra. There are 8 cards, 6 rares, and 2 mythics, which appear in set boosters and not draft boosters. They are targeted for Commander and are legal in Commander and other Eternal formats. They are not legal in Standard, Pioneer, or Modern. Why do this? Well, when we go to a world and have these set-aligned Commander decks, we get to show off the world through the lens of Commander, with cool additional legends and rares. However, it can be limiting given both the themes of the decks and also the colors of the decks. For example, the 2 Commander decks in Innistrad Midnight Hunt are green-white and blue-black, helmed by Lenore, Autumn Sovereign, and Wilhelt, the Rot Cleaver, which leaves red entirely out of the equation. This way, red can get some toys too. It also lets us go off-theme from the other thing decks are doing, not have any concerns about them seeing play in Standard, or print a commander that wouldn't make sense helming either deck. I think you'll like what you see. There's one card in there, which is a popular request that players have been asking me about for a long time. Okay, all of that down? Good. Now let's go to the packs. Let's start with draft boosters. Of what we've talked about today, draft boosters can have the showcase or borderless versions of cards. So that means it's possible to open up Eternal Night Legends, Equinox Frame, and borderless Planeswalkers here. These treatments show up here about a third of the time you would open the card. So, for example, for
sick.
every 3 Sigardas you open, statistically, one of them will be Eternal Night. The only exception is Arlen, since she has 2 different possible alternate frames. And of course, you'll get 1 Eternal Night basic land in every pack. Moving on to set boosters.
Okay.
Here, almost everything previously discussed.
So really quick, and then we're going to finish this video. Do not FOMO out on those basics. They're going to be in every pack. You just heard it. Not the foil version, but
is possible to open up.
See them
You'll
being
get an Eternal Night land for sure, and you can open up Eternal Night Legends, borderless cards, and Equinox cards here. This is also the place you can find some of those additional cards, which are legal in Commander and other Eternal formats. And finally, we're moving into collector boosters. These can have
And then really quick, before he talks about collector boosters, I just want to say this. When collector boosters first came out, you could barely tell the difference between a draft booster and a collector booster. Like when Throne of Eldraine came out, the variance of the packaging was like so different. So we can see, or so similar, and now we can see how different it is, where it's come. This is going to prevent scamming and stuff that we saw at a lot of like big box stores where people just price matched and that kind of thing. All right, let's keep this going.
those card treatments: Eternal Night, Equinox, and Borderless, plus the extended art cards. There's even a dedicated slot in the pack for extended art commander cards, meaning you can find the cards from the commander decks or the additional 8 cards targeted at commander here in extended art. None of the commander cards can have showcase versions, but you can find the commanders in extended art here. So to break it down, you can find Eternal Night, Borderless, and Equinox cards in draft, set, and collector boosters. Extended art cards only appear in collector boosters. And finally, the commander targeted cards can appear in set boosters and collector boosters, but not draft boosters. They're not standard legal. Have any more questions? Go check out Mike Turian's.
Okay, all of that can be summarized to, if you want extended art cards, they're in collector boosters. I'm going to tell you, don't overpay for those collector boosters. I'll say it right now.
Article called Collecting Innistrad Midnight Hunt,
Nick,
and Clayton Crow's article
what are you
Fear
talking
and
about?
Booster Fun in
Scarab
Innistrad
God.
Midnight Hunt on dailymtg.com for more information. And if you missed the big reveal stream today, go check it out on the Magic the Gathering YouTube channel. Well, I hope you're as pumped for Innistrad Midnight Hunt as I am.
Guys, come
I'll
on,
talk with you
331
again soon.
viewers, get to
and in the
69
meantime,
likes.
may you
This is a
find
travesty
just
we haven't
the
got
card
there.
you're looking for. You got this. Number 3, love it or hate it, Delver of Secrets is a card which has been format defining, but it's part of a much larger story. Delver tells the story of one scientist's evolution to insect, but it's not until Shadows over Innistrad that we get the 3/2.
All right. So, pretty cool there. Let's refresh Scryfall, see what Scryfall has, if it has got anything. I don't see anything. We're adding more cards. Open elsewhere in set boosters. Now you can open the 4 new legendary creature face cards in Innistrad, Midnight Hunt commander decks, plus 2 new to Magic cards that aren't found. Coven. If you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, draw a card. That's cool. Yeah, we could check Mythic Spoiler here in a sec. Okay, so Coven is an interesting mechanic. Disturb, you may cast this card from the yard. So you get a 2/1 for 2 that later on comes back as a 1/2 flyer. I mean, that's value. 2/1 for 2 is fine by itself, but the fact that later on you can for 1 blue and 1 other, you can get a 1/2 flyer. I mean, that's strong. I like that. Tavern Ruffian. Daybound. If a player casts no spells during their own turn, it becomes night next turn. Human Warrior Werewolf. Wait, so what is the 6/5 then? Does it become a 6/5? Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, these are different versions of it, obviously. Ward, pay 3 life. It's pretty sick. $6.5 at night. Yes. All right, so we did see this. Secrets of the Key. Investigate. For instant speed, if this spell was cast from a graveyard, investigate twice instead. So what investigation does is you create a clue, and for 2, you can sacrifice it to draw a card. So there's good velocity on this. I would 1,000,000% play this in like a limited situation. This card represents 3 cards attached to it. I mean, this is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. If you are enjoying the stream, click like and subscribe. It's the best way to support the channel. We do cover MTG Finance, Commander stuff, and obviously MTG news like this. I wish that they started these a little bit later. I had some stuff to do in the morning around here with my animals and stuff like that. I'm going to have to skedaddle here in just a little bit to go take care of one dog that I need to walk, but we've got some pretty crazy stuff. Let's go and check out Mythic Spoilers, see what they have. All right. Love the ads. We had seen Ren in 7. Lots of stuff here. Triskaidekaphile, you have no maximum hand size. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. Interesting. Destroy target creature, you lose 2 life. I like that. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard and then draw a card. It's good velocity. It's fine. Okay, so some of this we've seen. I wish this was Twitch so we could emote on you. What did I miss? This was a perfect set to reprint Surveil and they didn't. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe during Vamps? Who knows? Maybe there. Yeah, but a lot of really fun stuff. The Werewolf Commander is honestly just great. Get these damn ads out of here. Whenever a wolf or werewolf you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more werewolves, wolves and or werewolves, flip your werewolves. And then the flip side, obviously, is whenever a wolf or werewolf you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Huge velocity there. And it has a nice little pump spell. Target wolf or werewolf you control gets +X/+O and gains trample until end of turn. It's fine. Pretty good. Pretty good. Well, how does everybody feel? I want to check in with everybody now and just see, how do you feel about this this new set here? Hey, good morning. Oh, I'm covering some spoilers of the new set that just came out, or that's coming out. Yeah. Little impromptu. How are you doing? Good morning. Annie just got back. Oh. What'd you say? Yeah. Yeah. Bobby Z says, hi, Annie. Annie says, hi, Bobby Z.
New shirt?
Annie, show everybody your new shirt. What do you got?
See?
Yeah, I think they can see. What do we got? That's a good shirt.
I love it.
That is a good shirt. Jake, I really love them lands, brother. They look beautiful. Yes, I think so as well. What do you think about the new Werewolf Commander? I think just at least giving werewolves something at the helm is really nice. It's a good step in the right direction. I can't wait to see more of the werewolves in the set. I think that they should. This set should be just absolutely packed with them. So it should give the tribe some good potency. Sorry. The animals are going kind of crazy over here, so we've seen some great spoilers. Make sure to check out Gavin's video over there on YouTube, where he covers the sneak peek. This just came out, so if you missed this, if you want to look in a little bit closer, head over to Good Morning Magic and make sure to check that out. Make sure you're subscribed over there as well, because Gavin is oftentimes spoiling stuff ahead of everybody else, considering he works there. So that's a really good place to get news at the front line when it comes out in the moment. The lands are bad. If a land isn't better than Buddy or Check lands, i.e. Drowned Catacomb, I'm not going to run it. If these were fetchable, I'd run them in EDH, but they aren't, so I won't use... I won't... Yeah, those lands are bad. Gary is not a fan of them. Gary, I'm kind of in the camp with you. I think it's okay. Corey G, what's up? Or I mean, I think they're okay. They might have some potency, but it's really hard to tell right now. No, I don't believe they were basics. Those were Yeah, Brody, there's a couple different lands. Yeah, they enter untapped past turn 2, which is awesome. Yeah, I can show the lands. I'll show the lands one more time before we get out of here.
They are interested in this long night. They are interested in the...
That's your belly, right, Joe? You're just hungry, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, great.
All right, they're coming up. Give me just a second here and we'll take a look.
Picking up a set.
Here we go.
Versions.
All right, so here they are. Everybody take them in all their glory. If you're just now joining, these are the lands. We'll wrap things up after this. I'll spend some time with you for everybody who missed them. But these are them, and I'll go ahead and read them if it's a little too zoomed out for you. Right in the middle here, Shipwreck Marsh. It's a land, rare land. It ETBs tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Couple notable things about this. You cannot fetch these up. We've seen that on some lands. We saw that in Battle for Zendikar. I think that Standard is going to love these. I think they'll be great in there. I think they'll have some EDH playability, but for the most part for me, I don't think that these would make it into like Modern. Maybe like a control deck in Modern, I could see running like a copy or 2 of Deserted Beach or Shipwreck Marsh. I could see maybe a couple copies making it in there. But yeah, just that restriction is it can be just like I said, restricting sometimes. These are great lands. Too bad not fetchable, but very nice. Yeah. Not Modern, but in Standard, they're going to be a must for sure. Yeah, of course. Essentially in Standard, any type of fixing that you can get is what you got to run. That's it. And the way that works is like you can kind of control how fast a format is based on the kind of lands that you put in. Oh yeah, my pleasure, Brody. Cards definitely look amazing, but not a huge motivator for me to buy the product. Yeah, so the big thing is make sure you watch that Gavin video that we watched early on in the stream, or earlier in the stream, just a few moments ago. And make sure that you know the difference between those collector boosters, set boosters, the draft boosters. The main thing you need to know is this. That collector booster is going to be where you can get the extended art card. But if that doesn't matter to you, don't overpay for those. Just straight up. Do not overpay for collector boosters. I think it's going to be awesome to collect the basic lands. There's a pretty cool reveal again in Gavin's video where we see that those basic lands have honestly a really nice... Let's look at that really quick, and then I do have to get out of here. But this is so this was
Good morning, Magic. I'm Gavin,
and I do want to show this off. So the basics right here, you can see this. Want to show this? The basics.
Special gloss on the pin line. And for the basic lands.
And what the pin line is for anybody, it's this right around the edge, and that gloss is going to go over not only the pin line here around this. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the lands that came out of the unproduct that appeared in a lot of big box stores, and like the 5 lands were what you were chasing. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit, but again, look at this, how he moves it around here.
They have something pretty cool. A special gloss on the pin line, and for the basic lands, on the mana symbol. That's true on both the foil and traditional foil versions, and really gives these elements a subtle, elevated shine. Check it out. Also,
yeah, pretty cool there. That's definitely something that that you'll want to go check out. Go give that video a little peek, and that's over again at Good Morning Magic, which is Gavin's channel. Go check it out over there. The basics do look really good. That black and white with the subtle color around the edge, I think that's really tasteful. So they're going to be like black, white, red, black, white, kind of like a goldish color for planes, black, white, green, black, white, blue, black, white, purple. It's going to be a nice aesthetic. Yeah, they really are. They really are attractive lands. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here for now. I've got some stuff to take care of on my end. I appreciate everybody hanging out. If you want to catch more streams like this in the future, if this is your first time here, welcome. I am Jake. This is Jake and Joel Magic. We cover MTG EDH. We cover MTG Finance. We cover news like you saw today, where we pop on and just kind of respond, react to what's going on in the community. We try to keep our finger on the pulse. If that's the kind of stuff that you're interested in, click like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you so much. I'm going to get out of here for now. Got some stuff to take care of, and I will see you all on the flippity. See you later, Warehouse. I will see you later.